The modern Bahamas was built on the sacrifices of hundreds of ordinary Bahamians. A pivotal event in that process was etched in history many decades ago, and its anniversary is tomorrow. Vaughn Albury reports that despite the progress, there are many parallels today.
The general strike of 1958 started on January 13th when hundreds of Bahamians, led by taxi cab drivers, construction workers, hotel workers, and others, withdrew their services and blockaded the new airport at Windsor Field. The strike lasted 19 days and literally shut down the city of Nassau, but it ultimately ushered in major changes. The push was led by union leaders Sir Clifford Darling and Sir Randall Fox, as well as Sir Lyndon Pilling. 1958 marked a pivotal point as the solidarity of unions led ordinary Bahamians to having a voice. That progressive march, which started in the 1940s, saw changes after 1958, including the end to the company vote. Then, one man, one vote. Women's vote in 1962, and ultimately the historic 1967 win at the polls, ushering in majority rule. In 1958, taxi drivers and others sacrificed for the greater good. And after 60 years, for them, the same struggles exist. Bahamas Taxi Cab Union President Philip Watkins.
58 was agreement where the first taxi take the first fare in line. The tour companies today are still monopolizing most of the work at the airport. Back in 58 and during Mr. Penland time, the tour companies had tour buses plates were issued to them, and the vehicles were taking 8 persons, then they move up to 12. But today, the tour companies are now are granted licenses that can take 29 and 30 people and more. And so what you have today is a big taxi. So whereby you move 8 people, you use 5 vehicles out of your 10, so you move 40 people. They now almost moving 40 with just one vehicle alone.
83-year-old former taxi cab driver Charles Poitier participated in the general strike and believes with more than 6 million visitors now, today's 1,100 taxi drivers in the capital are being shortchanged.
It's worse now than it was then. In 58, we were managers of the airport. The airport had a condition whereby they provided transportation for all people who work at the airport. Since then, that exists no more.
In 1958, most tourists flew into the Bahamas. Today, millions of cruise passengers dock at the Prince George Dock. Taxi driver Dale Gibson.
Being at the Prince George Dock, it's limited now. I think the private entity is going to take this over. So the jobs out here is not as frequent as it used to be. And because of the bad report that the United States Embassy is giving to tourists, it's very hard out here getting jobs now.
Public Service Drivers Union President Richard Johnson wants the government to do more to level the playing field.
We have yet to get the political directorate to understand that there's got to be shared responsibility. And that is something that I really hope that this present administration will pay attention to in order for us to move forward.
And most taxi drivers average just 1 to 2 jobs a day. How do you make it for you and your family with just 1 job a day?
Prayers, luck, and good fortune.
It is that faith that sustains many taxi drivers and their families. I am Vaughn Albury, ZNS Network News.